Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Let me just make sure that my mic is switched on properly. I'm just going to change it back to that, that's okay? Okay. Yeah, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your 1st to the 15th of October 2017 reading. Now, yeah, I'm a little bit late uploading these along with your bonus readings because I've been extraordinarily busy, but here's your reading, okay? Come through. This is just a general reading because not everybody wants to know about love. That's the first thing to say. The second thing to say is you've got two bonus readings. How does he, she feel about me? And also the other reading that's showing up there is an extended love Celtic cross reading for you guys. Yeah. So yeah, there's an extended Celtic cross reading coming that you've already got on there. But I found with those two bonus readings, they seem to be more geared towards couples or people who are still attached to people, still in love with people, that type of thing. And so I decided to do a bonus reading just for singles, and that's also on the YouTube channel. It's actually just at the end of this one, so you should have found at the beginning of the video, it would show you what time you could tap into that if you're single, alright? Some of you guys who looked at the other bonus readings would have said, you know, well, I'm single and I was looking at them. You can still look at this single reading. It's just so people that weren't particularly attached either way to people, you know, there's a single reading there for them. Okay, so everybody's catered for. So we're going to have a look, Sagittarius, at your energies. Universe Spirit, show me Sagittarius. What's coming in for Sagittarius between the 1st and the 15th of October 2017? What's coming in for Sagittarius? Show me Sagittarius. What's coming in for Sagittarius in terms of just general stuff between the 1st and the 15th of October 2017, show me. Alright, we're going to split the deck into three, like so. Collect it back up, like so. And we're going to start laying the cards down. Alright, you've got love around you, an offer. Alright, your challenge is releasing something though. Wow, you've got a lot of fuck. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 4 reversals showing, no 5 of them. What's this one? Okay. Alright, it's weird because your reading Sagittarius ends on a high, which is nice. I don't know why we've got so many flaming reversals going on. You guys are the 6 of Pentacles. Alright, that's what you're showing us. You might be giving too much. Alright, you're showing us the 6 of Pentacles. Now, the 6 of Pentacles is difficult because you either give or you receive. So you're either the person that's receiving stuff. I think that you're giving, though, but just judging by the reversals that I'm looking at in the reading, Sagittarius, okay? You seem to be, you know, this is either where you're receiving something, Sagittarius, or you're giving something, alright, with this reading, okay? But we're going to get another card with that, and I want to see what the situation is with that. Universe, what's the situation with Sagittarius being the 6 of Pentacles? What's the situation with Sagittarius being the 6 of Pentacles? Show me. So you got two coins, 2 money cards showing up. So you guys are the 6 of Pentacles. The situation is about the Knight of Pentacles. It's difficult already because the Knight of Pentacles can either again mean that you receive or you give. Knight of Pentacles can mean that you've got bills to pay. Knight of Pentacles can mean that you receive money, okay? So we've got the Knight of Pentacles showing there. I think just looking at the other card, I think that, and I haven't taken that out because I'm only drawing one clarifier, I think that you guys are giving too much. I think that you are very much invested in something here. I think you're showing us the 6 of Pentacles because you're invested. And I think the situation is that you guys are very loyal. I think you're showing also as this Knight of Pentacles, I feel that you're very loyal to a situation, Sagittarius, and I think that you're showing the 6 of Pentacles because you're very interested in giving something to another individual. But I don't think that you're receiving enough back. I think that you're giving more than you're actually receiving. And I think it's because the situation is the Knight of Pentacles that you are very dedicated to something. Now, albeit they are 2 money cards, I know, okay? So it might be that you are shelling out money. And it might be that the situation is with the Knight of Pentacles, you've got bills, that type of thing. Knight of Pentacles can mean when you're paying out money as well. So it might be that situation. We're going to have to open this reading up. The root issue is the World in the reverse. So there is unfinished business here. In your foundation, you've got some unfinished business, Sagittarians, that you need to really deal with. And around that, you've got the Hierophant. I think that this Hierophant is, you know, the Hierophant card in the reverse can mean that you get bad advice. Alright, I think that there's unfinished business. It might be around this that you've received some bad advice or you've received the wrong advice, not the right advice on the situation, which might mean why something hasn't really kind of finished, or there's not been something that's wrapped up here. I think there's something that you need to wrap up. I think that somebody, you were told something wrong, or you tapped into wrong intuition, or indeed with the Hierophant in the reverse, you weren't listening to your intuition, Sagittarians. Your challenge is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So the Ten of Swords in the reverse means that it's in your control what you do. So your challenge is really taking your control and sorting whatever this situation is out, Sagittarians, okay? Because the Ten of Swords, when it's in the upright, this is you being pinned to the floor. When it's in the reverse, you have control now, okay? Because you can release yourself from a situation. So your challenge is to release yourself, okay? To take back your control. The energies around you are the Knight of Cups for the first 2 weeks in October, Sagittarius. So it might be a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancerian individual is around you. It might be that you guys are receiving some form of an offer, but often the Knight of Cups can also mean to give something, okay? You've got Strength card as the most likely outcome, and at the moment we're just quickly scoring the readings. So some of you guys, it might be that you're giving into when you get Strength in the reverse, you no longer believe in something, or you give up on something. You're not holding on anymore. You're not, you're not persistent. You're not patient. So Strength in the reverse really means where you lose strength. You lose all semblance of self-belief in whatever this situation is. And I do think that you lose patience, you lose strength, you lose belief in whatever this situation is. You effectively, the most likely outcome might be that you actually just give up. The focus for you guys, it might be looking for a knight in shining armour with the Knight of Cups being the energy. The immediate future shows, well, Justice card in the reverse for you guys. So there's a lack of rewards, or there's an injustice that's being... Sometimes this is a miscarriage of justice. Sometimes this is where you don't get rewards. And again, Justice is like the World card. They're both similar in the way that things are wrapped up. So ending of cycles. When you get Justice in the reverse, this isn't just about law and legal situations and receiving rewards. It's also a card that says, well, the settlement of something, the evidence, it's a card that's based on legal stuff, Sagittarius. So the Justice card often means that you've settled, something's been settled here, it's finished, it's finito, it's done. But in the reverse, this is still open here because something hasn't been settled. There is no semblance of order with this Justice card in the reverse. There's no balance. Something is very much imbalanced, I feel here. Could be a miscarriage of justice, or you feel that you haven't received justice. You've got the Six of Swords coming in there, what you experience. If somebody's done you an injustice on something, they're going to come back and say that they're sorry to you, because you've got the Six of Swords, and this is often somebody who's coming back, so they're going back. They're not moving on, they're actually going back. Sometimes this is a card that says somebody's making an apology, or somebody's returning, and they're saying, you know what, I'm sorry that this happened, or they want to return to see if something can be worked out. So I see something or someone returning to you with that Six of Swords in the reverse. Your hate will be the Eight of Pentacles, to put effort and hard work into whatever this situation is, and the outcome shows, wow, there's cleansing and there's healing and there's hope, and there is some positive gains to be made here for some of you Sagittarians with the star energy in the outcome. It's interesting here, we've got the bottom card showing the World in the reverse, unfinished business. And it's leading to the energies around you being the Knight of Cups. Alright, so the Knight of Cups, I think if this is unfinished business and somebody wants to extend the hand of forgiveness, or they want to go and sort of, say, well, this is unfinished business, can we kind of forget about it now? I'm extending the hand of, when you're holding out, when you're the Knight of Cups, you're holding out the cup and you're saying, will you drink from this cup? Really, this is the card also about forgiveness. But I think the most likely outcome is, I think that I'm looking at this from somebody else's perspective. Somebody bottles it at the last moment. They don't do it with the strength energy. They're not about to let down their guard with this. Okay, so they don't overcome the obstacle. So I think somebody around you wants to do something, Sagittarius. Recent past shows the Hierophant in the reverse. Often this is somebody that you can't trust with the Hierophant in the reverse. Okay, this is somebody who doesn't have any type of morals about them. Alright? And your challenge is to free yourself from this energy with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. But you don't do it with Justice in the reverse, because you don't free yourself. Okay, I think that it's almost like I'm looking at Sagittarians are waiting for somebody to come and do something here. I think that they do though, because somebody's returning to say that they're sorry. Somebody's returning back. I'm seeing as you guys here, because you are here. You're showing us this Six of Pentacles. I think that you're still very much invested in a situation, alright? Possibly because you're still dedicated to it with that Knight of Pentacles energy, alright? But what I'm seeing is that this situation is based on unfinished business. So something has not been finalised here. And I feel as a result of that, the energies are around somebody offering. This is either this person coming in and doing this, or you're waiting for this person to do it. But I think if you're waiting, or if this person is going to do it, it's not going to happen because you've got the strength. More than likely, outcome will be strength in the reverse. And strength in the upright often shows trust between two people or two energies that really shouldn't be trusting each other. It shows bond when you get the strength energy, but there's no bond here, there's only weakness. Okay, so it's either this person's far too weak to do something, or you just lose your cool and you say, actually, I'm just going to give up on this. Okay, we're going to get some clarifiers on this area. I want to see why we've got the World in the reverse. What's the situation about the World in the reverse being in the foundation area for Sagittarius? Yeah. We've got unfinished business, and this unfinished business is about somebody that should have been telling you something, the Judgment card. Somebody should have come back. Somebody should have been open and honest with you, because Judgment is about making a judgment, and it's about dealing with things that you haven't dealt with in a long time. So when you get the Judgment card, it's about all those skeletons in the closet that need to come out. So the root issue is there is unfinished business, and the situation is about Judgment, and Judgment is a card that says, well, things need to be spoken about. There needs to be a clearing of the air. Something needs to be cleared up that wasn't cleared up before. And I think that there is unfinished business, and there is something that needs to be cleared up that hasn't been cleared up in a long time between you and an individual, or, you know, whatever the case might be. You've got the Hierophant in the reverse. I want to see what this Hierophant in the reverse, what the situation is around that. Well, around this situation, we can see that there's unfinished business, and the situation is something needs to come out. Somebody needs to be open, they need to be honest, they need to be truthful, and there is something of a settlement, cleansing of a situation that needs to be dealt with here for Sagittarians. Around that, this Hierophant in the reverse, this is somebody who lies, this is somebody who doesn't tell the truth. The situation is the Knight of Swords. They had no intention, I feel, with this Knight of Swords energy of sticking around. They had no intention of... The Knight of Swords is a very fast energy, okay? And Hierophants, often they are truthful, they are really good at giving guidance, they're honest. When it's in the reverse, this person tends to lie. They're like the High Priestess in the reverse. They've got a lot of hidden factors going on with them, and they're not telling you the truth, and they're not being honest, and they're not giving you the best or the most valuable advice. They might be telling you an untruth, or telling you something to benefit themselves rather than benefit you. And I think somebody around you, around this, is unfinished business. The Judgment card for me says that something needs to be addressed. There is still something that needs to be addressed in this situation, Sagittarius. And I think around that, that somebody was telling you, or they were being less than moralistic here, okay? And the situation is this person didn't have time for that. They're a Knight of Swords. They're in and out, so they don't pay attention to the details. This to me feels like something that this person's done all the time. They're very used to behaving in such a way. Because the Hierophant is somebody in the upright, this is somebody who's quite religious. This is somebody who is very conventional. They've been brought up with some very strong traditional ideas of what is right and what is wrong. But in the reverse, this person really is a law unto themselves. They don't really care. Okay, they've got no morals as such. And I think that the situation being the Knight of Swords, it could be a Gemini or maybe a Taurus individual you guys are dealing with. This person has no sense of morals at all. Because with the Knight of Swords, this person's just quick. They're just in and out. They don't have time to stop and smell the roses. They just don't have time to do that. And they don't care about doing it. Because to them, everything is quick, quick, quick. And they didn't have the time to understand something that was going on with you, from what I can get in the reading, Sagittarius. Your challenge is the Ten of Swords in the reverse, and I want to see what the situation is around this Ten of Swords in the reverse. What's the situation around the Ten of Swords in the reverse for Sagittarius? King of Swords. Okay. So, I think that this is either a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual, or it could be an earth sign. So, your challenge is really with this Ten of Swords is to take back your control, because you're at a point where you could release the situation, Sagittarius. And that situation is around a King of Swords. Somebody who's possibly quite cold, quite detached, but also somebody who's very, very smart as an individual. And I think that you were dealing with a very smart individual here. alright? Whichever way you want to apply this reading, you can. But I think that you were dealing with a very, very, very smart person here. As I said, there could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual, Sagittarius, or possibly an Earth sign individual, but it doesn't have to be, can be any of the signs. And I think that your challenge is, you're in a perfect place now to start releasing this, Sagittarians, okay? Because the situation around this is the King of Swords. So if this isn't the person it speaks of, it's saying, well, you know what the situation is, because that's what the King of Swords is. He's really clever, alright? He's got an absolute clarity of what a situation is. So if this isn't the person that we're looking at, then this is your own clarity. And he's saying, well, your challenge is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Why don't you just release it? You're at a place where you can. And what's the situation around this Ten of Swords in the reverse? Well, it's either the person that you're looking to release, maybe they were cold, maybe they were detached, maybe they were just really smart in the way. They're not showing us the King of Swords in the reverse though, which is interesting. But, you know, I would probably look at this as more being you. Well, your challenge is to release this. Well, what's this about? Why? King of Swords. It was either some detached bum, or this is you. And your ability, because you can see what's going on, you're quite clear. You've even probably spoken of it to others, Sagittarians. So why on earth are you still kind of investing here? Why are you this? Why are you the Six of Pentacles? Why are you still invested in this? Why are you showing us somebody who's still giving your time to a person or to a situation here? The situation being with the Knight of Pentacles, you're perhaps still dedicated to this, but you know that there is unfinished, the root issue is for you that there is unfinished business here, and you know that unfinished business, well, the situation is that a judgment needs to be made on something needs to be clarified and settled here, and around that we've got somebody, well, what's it about that needs to be clarified and settled? We've got somebody here that was being dishonest with you, Hierophant in the reverse, somebody who had no morals, somebody who was probably a law unto themselves, somebody who could be quite cold, who doesn't give you the best advice and only really gives you advice if it pertains to what they want to get out of it. And the situation is this person's a Knight of Swords. Well, who is it? What is it? But tell me a little bit more about the Hierophant. They're a Knight of Swords. There's somebody who's always on the go. There's somebody who will go for a goal. They'll go for anything they want at any cost. Doesn't matter how long it takes them to get it. It doesn't matter how they get it. They just want to get it. So this person really just wanted to get something from you at any cost, and they didn't care about the aftermath of what happened when they left. And that's why your challenge is, it's saying, well, your challenge is now to release this, because you're at a point with the Ten of Swords in the reverse where it's in your control to release it. Because the situation is with the King of Swords, you guys are in the perfect place mentally and spiritually to do that with the King of Swords energy. The energies around you guys are the Knight of Cups for the first 2 weeks in October 2017. And let's have a look at what the situation is. What is it about this? Oops. This Knight. Sorry, I can't take all those cards. What is it about this Knight of Cups that we're looking at? I think the energies are, it's not you that's looking at this, I think it's them. Because we've got this Page of Swords in the reverse, and that means somebody who's been quite devious, and they're also being a bit of a backstabber. They've also spoken behind your back. And they've also, you know, they've been very disingenuous with the Page of Swords energy in the reverse. So I think the energies around you are somebody that wants to come back, offering the cup of, say, you know, offering their cup to you and saying, you know, extending their cup and, you know, offering you an invite to do something. I think it's because the situation is that they've been less than generous with the Page of Swords in the reverse, especially in their language. I think that this person has probably spoken about you, talked behind your back, and they've been really kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for? I think that they've been very inconsistent, this individual has. I think this individual's been a bit of a backstabber, to be totally honest with you, from what I can see in the reading, Sagittarians. And I think this person's been very dishonest with the Page of Swords. Page of Swords can also show somebody who's been spying, so it might be that this person's coming back to offer you something because they've been spying on you. They've been looking, but that could be Page of Swords in the upright or in the reverse. But in the reverse, this takes on a more sinister tone. I don't think that this person is obsessed with you. I just think that this person is very confused about who they are, and I don't think that they really have any loyalty to anyone from what I can see, Sagittarians. We've got Strength in the reverse as being the most likely outcome, and I want to see what the situation is around the Strength card in the reverse. Yeah, well, I think that the most likely outcome is this person doesn't do it at first, because you've got Strength card, because it's coming from the energies around you. This is somebody who wants to come forward with the Knight of Cups. I think the situation is that this person might have either been watching you Sagittarians with that Page of Swords in the reverse, or they've been talking about you, or they want to extend the hand of whatever it is, because the situation is... I think that there's some guilt going on here, because what I can see is that this person's being dishonest with this Page of Swords reversed. But the energies around you is somebody that's coming back and wanting to extend the hand of love and care with the Knight of Cups, because the situation is the Page of Swords in the reverse. And this is somebody who can be very disingenuous, very unkind. And this is somebody who doesn't... So I think they're coming back, but I think they're coming back with a very sort of disingenuous heart. I don't think they're coming back with the best of intentions, not really. Again, it's all about them. And I think the most likely outcome, though, is the Strength card in the reverse. So I think the Strength card in the reverse for this situation, for me, it says that this person might just back down on this. They might not do it. They've got intentions to do it, but it's because of the moon. They might hold secrets that they don't want you to know about, for example. They might be holding a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear, probably because of what they've done with that Page of Swords in the reverse. Okay. I think this person's been very disingenuous and very unkind to some of you guys, and they're coming back to try and right the wrong. But I think at the last moment, so far, what they tend to do with the Strength card is hold back. They tend to get a little bit, what's the word, cowardly. So there's a lot of cowardice here with this Strength in the reverse being the most likely outcome. This person suffers from fear and cowardice because they've either got secrets that they don't want to share with you, i.e. what this person's been up to, whatever the case might be, or it might be that they're suffering from real intense anxiety and fear to do it. You'll experience justice in the reverse in the immediate future, Sagittarians, and let's see what the situation is about justice in the reverse. Okay. So I think that you guys will be meeting up with somebody here, but you're getting justice in the reverse. And the justice in the reverse is, well, I don't know whether you're going to be meeting up with this person. It doesn't show in the reverse, but it's showing over a meeting, over a relationship, over a partnership. Justice in the reverse shows a lack of rewards, or it shows where you're not getting the settlement that you need, where you're not coming together, where there's no balance or harmony. And the situation is around this relationship, whatever this is, with the Two of Cups. So there's no completion, there's no ending of a cycle with the justice in the reverse. It might also be that you feel that you've not had your just desserts or the rewards that you should have had concerning whatever this relationship is with the Two of Cups, showing us the situation. However, what you're going to experience coming in is that Six of Swords reversed, and I'm going to see what the situation is around this Six of Swords reversed. Well, I think that somebody's going to be going back. Somebody's coming back. I think that this is this person. I think that what you're going to experience for some of you guys is somebody who's coming back with the Six of Swords reversed. They've not moved on, not really. They're coming back. And the situation is the Nine of Wands, okay? They can't take not being around you anymore. The Nine of Wands shows somebody who's on tenterhooks. It's like, oh God, I can't do this anymore. I've got to go back. They know that they've got to go back. And I think that they're going back because they're being pulled back. They cannot keep themselves away from you anymore, any longer. They know that they've got to go back. They know. And they're doing that because of loss. They're missing you with that Five of Cups. This person is returning to you with the Six of Swords in the reverse, Sagittarius. And it's because with the Nine of Wands, they're on tenterhooks. They can't hold out anymore. And with that Five of Cups, they've been feeling lost. They can't hold out anymore. They've been feeling really on tenterhooks, really anxious, because they've been missing you with the Five of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles will be your hope. Let's have a look at what the situation is around the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, your hopes will be that, you know, Eight of Pentacles put a lot of hard work and a lot of effort into this situation. The situation is about progress. You're hoping that if you put a lot of hard work and effort into this situation, there will be progress with the Eight of Wands. Okay, so things will change, things will move. The outcome shows as the Star, and let's have a look at what the situation is around the Star. Okay. So, I think that, you know, I'm going to have to draw another card with that Star card, okay, with the Tower, because you've got two majors here, and the Star can either mean that you get everything that you want and more, because there's something, the situation is around something either unexpected that happens. And the Star should really be a good card. But if the Star card means that you get clarity, it's because the situation is the Tower. This really was an unstable, unsecure foundation for you to be building anything on with this individual. But I'm going to see what the Tower is about. What do you mean by the Tower? What is the Tower about? What is this Tower about? Five of Swords in the reverse, which is nice. Five of Swords in the reverse means to reconcile differences. So I think that this person is really admitting to something here with this Five of Swords reverse. I think it's unexpected. I think that the outcome with the Star card says you guys are going to actually be in for a lot of happiness here. There's something here that's manifesting that you never thought would. Okay, I think that something is happening here that is really good with the Star energy. And that's because you're going to get an unexpected thing coming in the Tower. And what's unexpected? The Five of Swords. This person's backing down. They're backing down with the Five of Swords and they're giving you your props and they're saying, you know what, actually, I let you down. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have let you down before. I shouldn't have lied. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have just ignored you. I think it's really weird. You guys are getting what you want by the... some of you guys will get what you want by the last 2 weeks. By the end of the first 2 weeks, sorry, Sagittarius, in October 2017. You didn't expect it. The Tower doesn't always mean things are falling apart. It often means surprise. There is a surprise admittance with that Five of Swords, a surprise back down. Somebody's backing down and you're really surprised by that. You're like, huh? Really? Because this person, you didn't expect to do that. You didn't expect to do that at all. And suddenly they're kind of like, I'm really sorry, I shouldn't have done this. And it could be anything. It could be you falling out with a friend, a family member, whatever it is to you, it means. Can mean love for some of you guys, of course it can, just depends. But it means, I think that this is all about, either way, whatever it is, whatever type of love it is, it's all about you guys falling out with an individual. Okay? Somebody not taking you into account. It was all about them. And suddenly I feel for some of you guys, somebody's coming back and they're apologising to you. Alright? And I think that this is why the energies are of this person coming forward, Knight of Cups. Extending the hand of love and care and support, because the situation is about the Page of Swords in the reverse. This person knows that they've done you wrong. They know it. They've probably backstabbed you, spoken about you, bitched on you. But for some reason, this person knows that they've done you wrong. They know that they've done you wrong. And at first, they're very afraid to come back because they've got strength in the reverse. And that means somebody who is fearful, very fearful, and cannot fight their fears. It means strength in the reverse. They tend to surrender. And they're surrendering to the Moon energy. And the Moon energy is their fears. Again, we've got two cards that represent fear, strength reversed, and the Moon energy. So this person doesn't come forward. And then in the immediate future, you guys experience justice in the reverse. So you don't get what you want. And the situation is about coming together with this individual. So some of you guys aren't coming together just yet with this individual. It's what you want. You want to come together with this individual again. And this person wants to come back with you, but they're doing it on the down low. They're not saying it to your face. But I can see this person is returning with that Six of Swords in the reverse. The situation is they can't hold out any longer, Nine of Wands. They're on tenterhooks because they miss you with the Five of Cups. Let's go through the reading once more before we wrap this thing up. So you guys are the Six of Pentacles, and I think that you are very much still invested in an individual, and I think that you're still loyal to that individual with the Knight of Pentacles energy. Might be some of you guys are still invested in an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. I think the foundation is saying that there is unfinished business with the world energy here, and it needs to come out. It needs to be resolved with the Judgment energy. There are things that just have not been resolved, but nothing's been settled. Nothing, and it needs to be addressed with the Judgment energy. Around that energy, we have somebody who I think was less than honest with you with the Hierophant in the reverse. They used their power. They use their ability to talk you around, to give you information that wasn't true with the Hierophant in the reverse. The situation is this Knight of Swords energy. So for some of you guys, it might be something to do with paperwork, information, but it also, with the Knights usually show changes, comings and goings, but also they show as an archetype especially the Knight of Swords, somebody who's just on a road to getting what they want. So I think that somebody was less than honest with you here with the Hierophant energy around this unfinished business that needs to be resolved. Somebody told you an untruth with the Hierophant energy, and the situation was around the Knight of Swords. So this was getting something really fast. So for some of you guys, this person wanted to get something really fast from you, and I think that they talked you round into something, and I think that right now you have some unresolved, unfinished business that needs to be sorted out with that. The Ten of Swords is your challenge. You're going to need to kind of remove yourself from the anger, from the hurt of this situation being your challenge, because you're at a position that you can do. The situation is around a King of Swords. Maybe this is the person, or it's just simply that, you know, mentally you know that this is something that you can do. You're quite aware of what the facts are. And that it's so easy, or it could be easy for you to remove yourself from whatever this is. The energies around you are somebody who wants to come back and extend the hand of, you know, they're offering their cup to you. So they're saying, I'm sorry, or they're saying, would you like to do something? Or they're saying, you know, I'll have an apology, or whatever it is. I think the situation is with the Page of Swords. They either misinformed you. The Page of Swords in the reverse also represents misinformation. So it might be that this person misinformed you on something, for example. So it could be anything to do with like, for example, a deal that you found online. Could be for a holiday, it could be for a new fridge freezer, it could be anything. Could be love, could be anything. But what I'm saying is this person misinformed you with the Page of Swords in the reverse. For some of you guys, this person might have talked behind your back. They might have been less than generous to you, but they're trying to right a wrong on something here. But I think the most likely outcome will be strength in the reverse. So, you know, when I think about it, the strength in the reverse can also mean that they succumb. They succumb to the energies that they must do this because of the moon. I think that they are succumbing to the idea, to be honest, with strength in the reverse. I think strength in the reverse is saying this person is succumbing to the idea of doing this thing because with the moon energy, I think it's something that's really bothering them to their core. So it's almost like this person needs to come back and make an apology. There's no other way. I see somebody wanting to make an apology to you guys. However, what you'll experience is a lack of justice in the reverse in the immediate future, which means that you don't really get what you want, okay? And it's to do with you and this person coming to some form of agreement, shaking hands, acceptance, off an apology, or whatever it is that you think this might be with the Two of Cups. However, what you'll experience coming in, Sagittarius, is this person will return and make an apology because you've got the Six of Swords reversed. This person, well, the situation is they've been on real tenterhooks. They're either on real tenterhooks if it's love that they're missing you with this Five of Cups, or they're on real tenterhooks that they've caused you a lot of distress perhaps with this Five of Cups energy. And I think it's something that they feel pushed towards doing, whatever the situation is. I think this person really feels pushed towards making that apology. Your hope will be, Eight of Pentacles as a hope is to work towards a goal that brings, I feel, progress and brings change and growth in terms of whatever this situation is. And the outcome shows, well, I think you're going to get what you want, Saggies, by the end of the first 2 weeks in October with that Star card. I think that things are beginning to open up and manifest for you. I think there is a cleansing. I think there is a healing of this situation with the Star in the outcome. And the situation is about the Tower, so there's an unexpected surprise coming in, and this is when this person, I think, with the Five of Swords in the reverse, basically admits that they were in the wrong and probably that you were in the right. Very, very interesting reading. What we're going to do, Sagittarius, is we're going to just ask the universe what advice they have for you guys through the angels, my angels advice deck. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Sagittarius? What is the advice that you have for Sagittarius on this reading? Show me. It says within the next few months, which is interesting. I want to see what's in the next few months. Universe, Spirit, what do you mean in the next few months for Sagittarius? What do you mean within the next few months for Sagittarius? Show me. I have no idea what this is. It says within the next few months, a year from now. Very interesting why it's showing that. What do you mean by a year from now? What do you mean by a year from now? The situation will improve. I don't know what that's all about. But it says within the next few months, and then it says a year from now, the situation will improve. I don't know whether you guys can wait that long, but it's saying that within the next 2 weeks, something's going to get itself resolved. where I think that people will admit, someone's going to admit that you were in the right and they were in the wrong, okay? And it might be that what these cards are saying is that it's going to take probably months to a year for the situation to improve and for you to actually trust this person or this situation again. That's your reading, Saggies. You've got your love reading right at the end of this video. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me at Carol's Universe, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. So this is your add-on reading alongside your general reading, okay, just your general counted cross reading. Now, you've got 2 bonus readings up there, but I found that they were very much geared towards people in relationships or people who were involved with people or that type of thing. And I really wanted to just do things for the singles, okay. So this is your add-on reading to your general forecast for the first 2 weeks in October. Universe Spirit, just show me single Sagittarians. Show me single Sagittarians in a past, present, future reading for the first 2 weeks in October. Show me single Sagittarians. Show me single Sagittarians for the first 2 weeks in October 2017. What's coming in for single Sagittarians in the first 2 weeks of October 2017? Show me for love. Alright, so we're going to split the deck into 3, like so. We're going to collect it back up and we're going to do 3 cards in the distant past for you guys and love. If you're single, 3 cards in the present and 3 cards the overall outcome, okay, for the first 2 weeks in October 2017. In the past, for some of you Sagittarians, there was a water sign individual, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces individual showing up here. But I think that there was severance or separation in terms of love with this individual. And I think it made you guys very, very hurt. It doesn't also have to be a water sign. It might be somebody that showed you a lot of love. But I think there was severance in this relationship and it brought a lot of hurt for you guys with this Queen of Swords energy. Some of you guys might have, you know, completely cut this person out. Okay, this person could have cheated, could have been a third-party situation, and you cut the individual out with that Queen of Swords. The present situation shows around you there's a liar, a deceiver, a 7 of Swords energy. Individual could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or somebody who's being underhanded. I think there's somebody being underhanded in this relationship. It might also be this person here. If they've been deceitful towards you, Sagittarius, it might be this person's coming back from the past. This person's being underhanded in terms of this relationship. This is 6 of Cups and this can be a past card. So it might be that this person's looking to come back from the past potentially. Maybe they're looking to deceive you again. We do have that 7 of Swords, so it could be that there's a deception going on around you in terms of a new relationship for some of you guys with that 6 of Cups energy. We've got the 8 of Swords though, so there's a deception here, 7 of Swords. But you've got a past card and the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Swords energy. I think there's some of you guys are in the present finding it difficult to release yourself from a past deception. Because 7 of Swords is deception, 6 of Swords is 6 of Cups is the past, and 8 of Swords is where you can't release yourself. So some of you guys are finding it difficult, and I think somebody did deceive you here. It might be there was a person around you, third-party situation, and you cut them out in the past. Okay? Present, you found it difficult to release yourself from this past deception, I would say, with these cards. The future, Sagittarius, well, 9 of Cups, wishes coming true for you guys here. But you've got the 10 of Swords showing up here. So, the 10 of Swords represents something has failed. Or something is over. Alright. So I think in the future it's saying that though this wish is over, the 9 of Cups with the 10 of Swords, it's done, it's dusted. I think there are better things coming in for you guys. Now, I can't see exactly love for you singles coming in, but there's definitely better times ahead because you've got the 10 of Swords here, but you've got the Wheel of Fortune after, all right, which is good. So it says that this is, yeah, there is failure here and there is something that's definitely over here. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying it's giving way to better things coming in for you. So although a wish might be over, there's better things that are coming in for you here. We'll quickly do this reading again, Sag. In the past, you guys experienced a King of Cups. It could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or simply somebody who showed a lot of unconditional love. But I think that they were deceptive. I think there might have been a third-party situation here going on with this individual. Some of you guys might have felt the need to cut this person out. I think you found it very difficult in the present to release this past deception here. But I think in the future, though this dream, the 9 of Cups, is over with the 10 of Swords, it's making way for better things to come in with that Wheel of Fortune. Okay, that is your love reading for
Sagittarius for the first 2 weeks of October 2017. I'd like to say, singles, thanks ever so much for your time, and I will speak to you guys soon. Take care.